Go ahead and get into the truck. I have to take this shit out. Oh, damn. Thought I had my other jacket in here. I guess I didn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the truck warm up here. Because the truck, with all the problems I know about, oddly enough, this truck hasn't hardly given me any problems at all. The Malibu almost left me stranded yesterday, of course. I knew it was going to happen eventually, and I think I know why. So then at 4:30, I get in my car because I'm about to leave, you know, because my shift's over. And car doesn't want to start. Just cranks and cranks. Acts like it wants to start a couple times and then just nothing. Doesn't want to start at all. It worked, or it would run under load, meaning if I gave it a little bit of gas when I was starting it, it would, you know, it would run, but, you know, at 2,000, 3,000 RPM, you know, but it just wasn't idle. I pulled off the idle air control when I was at work because, you know, I didn't want to call a damn tow truck out and get a tow truck on base. I would have had to go all the way out to the gate, show the guard my military ID card, and then get the tow truck driver on, and so he could pick up my car and then deliver it to my house, which is an hour away from work. I pulled out my idle air control. It was covered in black soot. I don't know why. I guess that's just normal. I cleaned it up with some carb spray, carb cleaner that I had in my trunk, and it seems to run fine after that. However, I am going to go ahead and pull off the old fuel pressure regulator and take it back to O'Reilly's and, you know, warranty it out for another one. So it's always a good idea whenever you're working with a fuel system, depressurize your fuel system. You can do that. You guys can kind of barely see that because of the light. But just pull that little dust cover off, little cap, and you'll see inside what looks like a valve stem, you know, like you would see in a tire. And it functions as the same purpose. You press the little center of it, and it'll relieve the fuel pressure out of your fuel system. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and unscrew the cap. And it is going to get some fuel everywhere. Probably not too much. I have done this before, and last time I did it, it wasn't too bad. So just go ahead and like so. Amazing. There's no built-up fuel pressure in it. Remove the fuel pressure regulator, your line at the bottom, which can be a real bitch to get to. You have your torque screw here. There's only one that's holding it on. And then, if you can see it just barely, the side, the left-hand side of the fuel pressure regulator actually goes into the fuel rail. I also have to remove that vacuum line. So back in a second. And just like that, I pulled it out. So now I just got to wiggle it out. That bottom bolt, that bottom fuel line, it's always a pain in the ass to get to, and now it's dripping fuel a little bit, just like I said it would. But by the time I get the new one and put it back in, it shouldn't be dripping anymore, and it should be evaporated. And I actually put this in the same way that I'm getting it out. I had everything all hooked back together, so I know it's possible. You just got to wiggle it around a little bit. And so that's what this little fucker looks like out of the car, and that's what I was talking about, that bottom line. All that fuel will evaporate. I'm not really too worried about it, guys. So off to O'Reilly's to go warranty this out. And so now it's 12:20. I've been up and doing things since 7 o'clock in the morning today, and I got the real part here. Of course, the light's not all that great, but yeah, this one's silver, same brand. It's a BWD. Funny story though. I'm pretty sure they gave me the gold one that I had was for the 4-cylinder. I'm like almost 100% positive that they gave me the wrong one. And the reason I say that is because I had the guy look up the part numbers on top, and yeah, they were definitely different. Though the inlet and outlet ports and all these other holes look the same, I think there was something internally with the other one that was different. So hopefully this might just solve all my problems, and it would explain why it was kind of hard starting to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back on. It's not really all that hard. I'm just going to slip it on into the hole, thread that nut back up a little bit, and then reattach it to the side of the fuel rail, and then we'll get going from there. And so I went ahead and put the new one in. hopefully everything is tightened down properly, or else we might have a gas leak. So I'm just going to leave this here. Might as well. And let's go ahead and give her a crank. See what happens. Needs to be primed.
Travel arrangements. Guess what?
Prime it a couple times. And then once I have it running, I'm going to get out there and have a look and see if it's leaking at all. Wow, that was a lot better actually. It's really interesting. No leaking, that's good. No leaking at all. Yeah, my idle air control might be the problem. Let's try that again. Damn, I think that idle air control is the problem too. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm done here yet. Another thing it could be, in addition to this, is it could be that my throttle plate might be a little dirty. And I seem to remember it was a little dirty when I looked at it when I had this all apart, when I did the manifold gaskets. So I'm going to go ahead and pull apart my, my intake here and see just what exactly the problem is. This is another cleaning chemical I like to use, no flash contact cleaner. And as you can see, the butterfly valve, flapper valve, or throttle plate, whatever you want to call it, it is definitely dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that out quite a bit. And then, can't see the condition of my mass airflow, but I can see that, and I'm going to go ahead and clean it out. It definitely looks pretty bad. So I cleaned it out a good amount. Hopefully it makes a difference. I'm probably going to go ahead and pull the IAC off again, and you know, but first I'm going to get everything put back together. So I did just go ahead and I cleaned out that butterfly valve. I pulled off the IAC again, cleaned it off. Well, so I don't know what's going on with this stupid thing. It seems to be running fine now. I'll know for sure though when I go to start it up tomorrow. I do plan on driving the Ranger the rest of the day today, just because it's the Ranger's turn to be driven. But anyways, so I did find something funny, and it might have been some sort of vacuum leak that was causing it. Might have been, or it might have been a combination of all these things. I honestly have no idea, guys. But my little pipe here, it goes to my PCV, it's cracked. So I just kind of did a redneck fix to see if it would make a difference, and wrapped a bunch of electrical tape around it, cleaned out my PCV, and that was really all there was to it. It's already almost 2 o'clock, and that's been my Friday so far. Hope you guys all stay classy. Stay tuned for more videos.